I think one of the main reasons for worry is because we haven't been taught that God can be trusted. This can easily happen from hurts in our past, so we don't trust anyone, including God. We protect ourselves by relying only on ourselves and stay away from anything that resembles a threat. It paralyzes us so that we can't grow in a relationship with God or others. Satan's goal is to convince us that God can't be trusted. His role in this is to remind us of our past experiences, which brings back fears that paralyzes us. It's very subtle because he's mastered it. Proverbs 3 verses 5 through 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean," in other words, depend on your own understanding. If we're making our own decisions because we're afraid to trust God, we will definitely have a lot to worry about. How do we overcome worry? First of all, Jesus tells us point blank that it does us absolutely no good. In Luke 12, verses 25 through 26, Jesus says, "Can all your worries add a single moment to your life? Of course not. And if worry can't do little things like that, what's the use of worrying over bigger things?" What he's saying is that it does us absolutely no good to worry, period. When you start to spend time with God by getting quiet before Him, reading the Bible, meditate, and listen for His voice deep in your heart, your trust in Him will grow. Keep in mind, though, that there is no prescribed formula because it varies for everyone. You will find, however, that you enjoy that time and you won't want to miss it. To build trust, simply start paying attention to the times that God comes through and proves that He is looking out for you. That's called evidence. Then remind yourself in difficult situations of the evidence you've seen that proves He can be trusted. It's also a good idea to write them in a journal. Now, what you meditate on during the day is also important. If you think that you don't know how to meditate, you're absolutely wrong. Because when you worry, you're meditating. You're already an expert. You're just meditating on the wrong things. It's just a matter of shifting your thought life, which will change your course from here on out. Instead of worried thoughts, shift your thoughts to this: there are so many things I can now trust God with, and I choose to give all of them to Him. And say it out loud because that interrupts your negative thoughts. Finally, where does the power to change come from? Philippians 2 verse 13 says, "For it is God who is at work within you, giving you the will and the power to achieve this purpose." Did you catch that? It says that God will do it. Amen. You've been listening to Something About Grace, and my name is Leland Smith.